If you follow any sales experts, you'll always get the right advice. Don't sell the steak, sell the sizzle. Don't sell yourself. Don't tell your potential clients what you do. Sell the solution. Then someone else will say, well, don't sell the solution, sell the problem. And you'll you're going to get a lot of contradictory information, especially on LinkedIn. Are they wrong? I don't think so. But it really depends on your perspective. And it really depends on the type of client or the type of product you're selling. And I guess it really depends on how long your sales cycle is. I believe, and doing my job for 39 years, I believe that whether it's a long or short sales cycle, it's much easier to sell. And by the way, I'm using sell in very loose terms. I hate that word because selling is a four-letter word. You should never be selling. And going back to ABCs of selling, always be closing. You know, if you want to be mediocre at your job, yes, you can always be closing. And you can always be pushing people away at the same time as well. So it really depends on how long your sales cycle is and at what stage you're being introduced to that sales cycle. So let's say you're a car dealership, you're a car salesperson, you're a real estate agent. At what point are you meeting your future potential client? Is it when they start looking for a house, or before, or after they've been searching for a while, or have done their research on the type of car they want and they finally step into the showroom to find the car, or the yacht, or the helicopter, or the yacht. Um, so it really depends on the product and at what stage. I think it's important to talk about the stage that you step in, because if you, either you're being reactive or proactive in that relationship. If you're sitting back in your showroom waiting for a client to contact you, you're definitely being reactive. At that point, you're being contacted, and chances are that client is contacting 10, 20, 50 other competitors of yours. Our systems are totally different. As an example, we deal with a lot of clients in the construction industry. So obviously we have to be very proactive in finding clients for them. So in other words, our contractors do a lot of business with interior designers. So at what point do we want to introduce our contractors to interior designers? Do we wait for the interior designer to be very successful and have, you know, a large following, a large client base? And probably at that point, they have a lot of contractors as well. So at that point, to try and introduce yourself as a quality contractor, it's going to be extremely difficult. So what's the better strategy? What is the lowest hanging fruit there? Well, I would suggest that you contact that interior designer as they're in high school or in college or about to graduate from the interior design program. How about contacting them there and saying, hey, what are your future plans? Do you have anyone advising you? Do you have any prospects for work? Are you going to start your own business, or are you going to go and work for Ethan Allen or whatever furniture retailer? Because that tends to be a stepping stone towards a career in interior design. Or maybe you're looking at property managers. Again, our clients deal with a lot of property managers. Our clients do a lot of renovations of old condominium towers. So again, when do you introduce yourself to property management companies or individual property managers? Do you wait until they become super successful? Or again, do you reach them as they're in their second year of university or high school? Do you help them develop a strategy? See, this is the difference between being reactive and being proactive. This is the difference between seeing things today and planning your business strategy for 10, 15, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years into the future. Everybody talks about today. Everybody was being reactive. Nobody's being proactive. Nobody thinks they're going to be in business 50 years from today, or 40 years or 10 years from today. And nobody starts planting trees, right? A tree takes a long time for it to grow organically. Yes, you can pump it full of steroids or chemicals and help it grow hyper fast. But wouldn't it be cheaper to plant a seed or the seedling for that tree 50 years or 10 years before you need it, right? And this is what I mean. We've been building relationships on LinkedIn now for 20 years. And now it's time to harvest those relationships. And we will be harvesting those relationships for the next 20 or 30 years. Businesses always need quality clients. And it's building relationships with the people who you can turn into your salespeople. As an example, if you're a contractor, real estate agents can be your salespeople for life if you build a relationship and you help them to be successful. If you're a contractor, again, interior designers are. If you're in car sales, then there's a lot of people that can help you, but you need to build those relationships and not use your product to build those relationships, because now you're being salesy and nobody wants to be sold to. So as soon as you use your product to build a relationship, you're doing that reactively, and people are going to resist you like you have the plague. So I'm not saying that, when you contact me, I'll have instant answers for you. I won't. I promise you that I won't. It's impossible. It's like a doctor saying, if you call me, I'll immediately give you your problem. First, they have to do the diagnosis to find out what you're doing well and what you're doing that could be improved upon. But the question is, should you be developing long-term relationships, or do you always want to focus or react to the people who are in front of you and be in competition with 5 to 50 other competitors, right? And by the way, interior designers, real estate agents, and all these people need cars, they need boats, they need houses, they need, business services, they need a lot of different things. And business owners need a lot of different things as well. So at what point do you want to start helping people? At what point do you want to be seen as the trusted expert, right? I would love to hear your comments below, and if you think this strategy sucks or it doesn't make sense to you, ask questions. Let's figure out if it makes sense for you or not. Let's talk soon. Post your questions, comments below. Thank you.